The Dispute Resolution Center of Thurston County is a community-based nonprofit agency established in 1991 to serve Thurston County and surrounding area residents with their conflict resolution needs. We value empowering people to resolve their disputes by providing conflict resolution services and by training community members in conflict resolution skills.
I can't wait to show you this video from Kandahar, Afghanistan. Hi, I'm Oriana Noel Lewis, the training manager at the Dispute Resolution Center of Thurston County. Let me tell you how this video came to be. For the last 19 years, we have regularly offered a 40-hour professional mediation training. This is the first step many people take to becoming a volunteer mediator. We have trained soldiers from Fort Lewis in our 40-hour trainings for the last 6 years. In this picture, behind me are Sergeant Dustin Vineyard and Sergeant Eric Skiff in their civvies in a 2009 40-hour training at First Baptist Church. The soldiers seemed to find it valuable because last May we were approached for a custom training. Now, we provide about 30 custom trainings throughout our community each year. For instance, this past year we worked with the Boys and Girls Club of Thurston County, Washington State Department of Social and Health Services, Providence St. Peter Hospital, and many others. I was approached by the 5th Stryker Brigade, 2nd Battalion, to offer a custom training focused on negotiation skills. Over an intensely focused 6 weeks, a team of DRC volunteers and staff, in collaboration with Major Corey Delger's military team, designed a pioneering collaborative negotiations curriculum. Here we are at Fort Lewis. Many DRC volunteers participated in different ways, and we were so successful because of the skilled and creative DRC training team. On request from their brigade commander, I and my training team were given 2 tasks. One was to help these soldiers work across rank and listen and talk with each other. For those of you with military background, you can imagine what a stretch this was for them. The other big task was to take those communication skills and use them to listen and talk with Afghani civilians when harm was done by the military. On the first day, I stood in front of a group of 16 soldiers and I said to them, "Your country asks you to risk your lives. I'm going to ask you to risk your hearts." I was impressed to find that they were the most attentive and open students I ever taught. They learned like their lives depended on it, and their lives do depend on it. It was a challenge on both ends. The DRC and the U.S. Army are 2 organizations with completely different approaches to conflict. We were teaching them skills they had never been taught nor expected to learn. I could have chosen to be intimidated, frustrated, and angry with their grappling in the dark. Instead, I chose to hold it lightly and bring candles into the darkness. At one point I asked them, "So how many of you signed up to be diplomats?" And then I asked myself, when did I sign up to teach combat soldiers intimacy skills? I and my team taught 60 soldiers communication skills, dealing with intense emotions, and valuing other people's perspectives. Essentially, we invited soldiers, warriors who had been arming themselves for combat, to practice what they would say when they have the opportunity to use words rather than weapons. I was challenged to bring my best self, my deepest sense of hope, and to care about these warriors. Since their deployment in July 2009, I have continued to be in contact with Major Corey Delger in Kandahar, Afghanistan. He sent us pictures of soldiers in the field doing what it is we taught them. We responded by sending him nature pictures of the Northwest. The video that you are about to see, that I am so eager to show you, is what Major Delger, Corey to us, has to say.
Greetings from Kandahar Airfield, Afghanistan. I'm Major Corey Delger, the Executive Officer for 3rd Battalion, 17th Field Artillery. My battalion is a subordinate unit of the 5th Stryker Brigade Combat Team, 2nd Infantry Division based out of Fort Lewis, Washington. We've been conducting operations in southern Afghanistan since July of last year. Before our deployment, the brigade received training from the Dispute Resolution Center of Thurston County for our junior officers who command companies, the small units tasked to work with the people of Afghanistan, provide security, and assist the government of Afghanistan in their ability to provide services to the local populace. This is an incredibly difficult task. The issues that our company commanders deal with on a daily basis are inherently emotional. Local Afghan leaders live in a society scarred by over 30 years of persistent conflict, in crushing poverty and under brutal oppression by the Taliban. They often direct their frustration at our leaders during engagements and negotiations. Our company commanders had little experience in conducting complex, cross-cultural negotiations prior to arriving in Afghanistan. They had to learn patience and the communication skills necessary in dealing with emotionally tense situations. In order to successfully gain the confidence of our Afghan partners, our brigade, in collaboration with the Dispute Resolution Center, developed a comprehensive training program that coached and mentored our leaders in honing these skills. In the images before you, you'll notice that the company commander does the actual engagement with the local leader. However, there are other soldiers quietly standing in the background. They are not merely passively listening to the conversation. These soldiers comprise the commander's negotiation team. Typically, one member of the team has attended the DRC's 40-hour mediation training. These soldiers evaluate the issues from multiple perspectives and assist the commander in understanding what interests are important to the other party. Soldiers that attended the 40-hour mediation training are spread throughout the brigade and assist in negotiation preparation for commanders at all echelons, from high-level engagements with international and Afghan government officials with the brigade commander to local village leaders at the company level. Another member of the team is a language-enabled soldier. These soldiers were trained in basic Pashtun, how to conduct negotiations in the Pashtun cultural context, and in understanding decision-making from a non-Western mindset. Even though a fluent Pashtun speaker does the active interpretation during a conversation with the local leader, the language-enabled soldier understands military operations and can place the negotiation in a relevant cultural and operational context. What you don't see in this video is the result of the intense preparation that the teams conduct prior to meeting with the local leader. Negotiation in this environment is incredibly complex and requires inputs from multiple perspectives. The military does not train our young company commanders to work collaboratively with subordinates, and many commanders are not comfortable with soliciting ideas from junior soldiers in determining a course of action and preparing for a negotiation. To break this barrier, we worked with the DRC to conduct a 2-week workshop with all of the brigade's negotiations teams last summer. The customized training brought the negotiation team together and focused on improving communication skills both internally among the team members and externally with other parties. Included in this training were Afghan role players, interpreters, and multiple scenarios to recreate situations that the teams are now facing while conducting operations. Key components of this training included how to deal with emotions, de-escalating tense situations, more effective listening skills, and learning collaborative ways to work through problems. I cannot emphasize how important these skills are for a deployed leader. Our commanders have to establish long-term and positive relations with the local populace. Their success depends on it. One example of the tremendous impact that the DRC's training is shown here, as Captain John Burton addresses tribal elders from the Arghandab River Valley. The Arghandab area was once a lush agricultural area, but in recent years had deteriorated and suffered under Taliban control. When John's unit began operations in Arghandab last summer, there were very few leaders willing to work with us out of fear of reprisals. Through a combination of tactical action and patient engagement with the populace, the situation has dramatically improved. John played a large role in this, interacting on an almost daily basis with the leader shown here as a member of his battalion's negotiation team. This team thoroughly prepared for each engagement with the tribal shura using the skills and techniques taught by the DRC. But words and images cannot describe how much of an impact the DRC has contributed to our success as a brigade. Every day, our soldiers use the training and methods of conflict resolution that the DRC taught them last summer. There is no doubt that because of the DRC, our leaders are empowered in creating opportunities for success. On behalf of all the men and women of the 5-2 Stryker Brigade, we wish to extend our deepest gratitude and thanks towards the Dispute Resolution Center staff. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.